Let us see about the structure of sargassum. Sargassum is a brown algae belonging to the division Phaeophyta, class Phaeophyceae, order Fucales, and the family Sargassaceae, genus Sargassum. It is a brown algae which is seen in the marine region, which has a basal holdfast. By the means of the basal holdfast, they attach themselves to the substratum. Why it is called as commonly called as Gulf weed is it is seen in the it is commonly seen in the Gulf region, which has about around 250 genera and 1500 species, which most of them are marine. Example: Sargassum tenerimum, Sargassum carpophyllum, Sargassum duplication, and Sargassum chrysifolium. This is a picture showing the structure of sargassum. It has a main axis which is also called as primary axis. The plant is a diploid sporophyte, the size varying from 10 to 30 centimeter in height. The thallus is made up of basal holdfast and a cylindrical main axis, and a monopodial lateral branches are there. Primary branches from the main axis are called primary laterals, are branches of unlimited growth or long shoots. The bare secondary laterals called leaves, leaf-like, simple, flat, broad structures with serrate or dentate margin, where you can see in this picture, this is the main axis, and here the serrate and dentate region, they are the secondary laterals. Along with that, you can see the air bladders, which gives buoyancy for the plant, that is for the algae to float in the water. And we can see the leaves have small openings or osteoles, which are called also called as cryptostomata. The cryptostomata lead to flash-shaped cavities called cryptoblast. They are the openings which bear the sterile conceptacles. The air bladders do have stalk, which are also modified leaves, which are seen at the leaf axis. The spherical air bladders, we have already seen that they give buoyancy to the plant to float on the surface of the water. Okay. Along with that, the sargassum bears an important structure called as receptacle. They are the fertile part of the plant, and they are long branched cylindrical flattened structures which bears flash-shaped structures called as conceptacles. The male sex organ antheridia, the female sex organ archegonia are seen on these conceptacles. Male conceptacle and the female conceptacles. In another video, we'll see about the reproductive structure of sargassum, and now we will concentrate on the internal structure of the or anatomy of the axis of the sargassum first. The transverse section of TS of the axis shows three parts: epidermis, which is the outermost layer covered by a thin cuticle called as meristodome, and composed of closely packed thin-walled cells, parenchymatous cells, and inner to that we have the cortex, and inner to the cortex we have the medulla. The function of epidermis is photosynthetic, whereas cortex is storage in function, which is made up of thin-walled parenchymatous cells with intercellular spaces, and medulla, as we all know, it is a center of the axis composed of thick-walled narrow cells, which is doing the function of conduction. So this is the internal structure or axis of sargassum. We can see the epidermis. It is made up of cingulate parenchymatous cells. Inner to that we have the cortex and the medulla. Then internal structure of leaf of sargassum. Leaf, they are the secondary laterals, which bear the cryptostomata. Outermost layer, it is made up of epidermis or meristodome, and it is composed of closely packed thin-walled cells. Cortex is made up of thin-walled parenchymatous cells with some intercellular spaces, which do the function as storing the food materials. Medulla, it is present in the midrib region. It is composed of thick-walled narrow cells. There are several sterile conceptacles called cryptoblasts on both surfaces of the leaves. There are flash-shaped structures with external openings called osteoles and cryptostomata. Osteoles appears as pores on the leaves. So, what is the function? What is the function of the epidermis? Is the epidermis cells, they contain chromatophores, which contain chlorophyll A, C, flavoxanthin, diataxanthin, beta carotene, and phycophenin. Phycocin is a reserve material. Function is conduction. The multicellular branched hairs called paraphyses, they are also seen on the wall of the sterile conceptacles as they come out through the cryptostomata. So this is about the internal structure of the sargassum. Thank you.